Welcome, graduates. The world is changing like never before in the history of humanity. The world is changing in ways we can predict, and the world is changing in ways that no one can see coming. Class of 2017, adaptation will be your challenge, and adaptation will be your legacy. We know that the global population is getting older. Population growth is projected to slow significantly and is expected to tilt strongly towards the oldest age groups. We know that the very face of America is changing. Americans are more racially and ethnically diverse than in the past, and the US is projected to be even more diverse in the coming decades. We know that our climate is changing. Sea levels are rising and the oceans are becoming more acidic. Changes are happening to marine and terrestrial food webs. Storms are becoming more violent, droughts are getting longer, and extreme heat events are getting more frequent. The growing season across the US is lengthening. We know that college students are changing. The nation's undergraduate population is expanding by over 2.6 million students, and 2 million of those will be students of color. According to the report from the Islanian group, post-traditional students are the new majority in undergraduate higher education. These older students are also students who are attending part-time and do not live near campuses. We know that more students are graduating high school and fewer are going to college. This type of student will understand the value and mission of Unity College as you have, and the value of our educational programs, maybe more than ever. But this new type of student will also expect more flexibility in the way and time and places that they learn. We know that the world is changing, and we know that the world's technology, policy, infrastructure, and education must adapt. We also know that Unity College will adapt. It is in our DNA. You graduates will do well in a world that requires adaptation, because adaptation is in the blood of every Unity College graduate. We always say, you are Unity. Let me tell you a story about Unity and Unity College. Unity College was born from change. Unity College was started in response to the decline of many rural towns in Maine. The town of Unity itself had lost its creamery, hotel, canning factory. The Interstate 95 was routed through a different town instead of Unity as originally planned. Unity had to adapt. And one year, the town of Unity was accidentally left off a Maine roadmap. The truth is always stranger than fiction. How to put the town of Unity back on the map? The response from a resilient and adaptable Unity leadership was to start a college as an economic driver for the area. Daughters of two of those founders, George Constable and Bert Clifford, are here today. Greetings, CJ, Arlene, and BJ. Please stand up and be recognized. Unity College's first president, Claire Wood, said of the college's founders, "It was not an easy task. The scoffers derided the men for their ideas, the cynics ridiculed their efforts, the unbelievers turned their backs. Still, they persevered. And Unity College stands today, the town of Unity stands today, and still, Unity stands now stronger than ever." At Unity College, we have never shied away from a challenge. You don't believe me? Ask our graduates. In the 70s, Unity committed to a lasting educational identity. In the 80s and 90s, with the dedication of selfless faculty and staff, Unity College fought through extreme financial hardship. In the last 10 years, we have established gender balance on campus, and Unity has grown and shown real leadership in our effort to support the inclusion of the LGBT community within our students, our faculty, and our staff. Even more recently, thank you. Even more recently, Unity College was the first undergraduate institution to establish sustainability science as our framework for education, and was the first higher education institution to divest its portfolio from fossil fuels. At Unity College, change has been constant and adaptation is a part of our DNA. Responses to opportunities or crises has always been a strength, but the pace of change is quickening for higher education, for the environment, and for the human race itself. Now, in response to social, environmental, political, and economic forces that are often contradictory, Unity College must continue to evolve and adapt, but we must learn to respond more nimbly and with much more creativity. In the 90s, a new major degree program was adequate for adaptation. No longer. No longer will adjustment be enough, and no longer will we have a decade to respond to a crisis or an opportunity. Too often, higher education is like a caterpillar that hatches out of its egg and gorges on its leaves in the larval stage before entering the cocoon when a transformation takes place, only to emerge 16 days later as a slightly improved caterpillar. We promise to be different. Higher education evolves slowly by degrees. Instead, as you go out to the world, challenge us that higher education must transform from a caterpillar into a butterfly. As Unity College adapts, we have a moral imperative to reach new constituencies in new way. While what you see around you, this small college in Unity, Maine, will remain our flagship and our signature and our home and your home. Unity College must expand our impact in order to achieve the mission of America's environmental college. We love you, graduates, but we cannot continue to call ourselves America's environmental college if the Unity experience is available only to a small sampling of those who need our brand of education. If Unity College demonstrates the courage of our convictions, if we really begin to achieve the mission of America's environmental college, we will bring the Unity experience to the places where they are needed the most. Adult learners should not be expected to uproot their families and quit their jobs. Sustainability leaders should not be forced to leave the cities, the countries, the villages that need them the most so that they can get an education that can help them be stewards of the environment. And although 4 years here at the small Unity College flagship will remain the cornerstone of our educational offerings, young people should not be required to put their lives on hold to get a quality education. So what about you, the graduates of the Unity College graduate class of 2017? What about you? Where does this all leave you? Where will you be as the world changes? If I know you like I think I do, you, the Unity College graduating class of 2017, you will be leading right at the heart of change. Remember, this is also my 4th year here. I've grown right along with you. I've seen your passion. I've heard your voice. I know what you are capable of. I have watched you rally at 5 a.m. to a search and rescue call-out by Dr. Wormsley. I've seen you defend yourselves from Dr. Eaton's math experiments with zombies. I've witnessed you cutting through thick ice in 5-degree weather with Professor Spiegel. I have watched you play your hearts out. I've seen you on the field, and I've seen you on the course, and I could not be a prouder president for what you have achieved. I have witnessed you grapple with your own diversity, and I have seen you choose inclusion and celebration and each other over all else. I have watched you learn sustainability science for your first time. I have witnessed your adaptability in the face of change. I have watched you deal with heartbreaking loss. I have witnessed your resilience in the face of the worst kind of adversity. So where will you be throughout all the challenges that are coming to this world? Where will you be when your peers are looking around for answers and shaking just a little in their boots? Whether the biggest challenge to come is feeding a growing and aging population, sharing water where there is no clean water, habitat or community restoration, writing good policy in a time of bad actors, or reminding people of the restorative and inspirational powers of the natural world. Whatever the challenge, I know you, the class of 2017. I know right where you will be. You will be leading from the front with just enough swagger. You will be right at the heart of the work, always at the heart. And after 25 years from now, when you come back to 90 Quaker Hill Road, we may look a little different on the outside, just as you will. But the DNA of Unity College will be the same. Leading from the front with just enough swagger, just like you. Sorry. Just like you, we too will be at the heart of the work, always at the heart. Congratulations, Unity College class of 2017. Your challenge is great. Your passion is outstanding. Your talent is remarkable. Your leadership is limitless because you are Unit Y. Congratulations.